Stampers, Deb Valder here with another video for you that I'm hoping will bring you some inspiration and teach you some tricks of the trade. I love what I do and I hope that comes through here. So let's get started with today's card. Today I'm going to feature a little peekaboo pop-up card. I've got a couple of them that I'm going to show you. Here's one. Here's another one. And you see how they go back underneath this little piece right here, and then when you open them up, they just pop up and just smile at you. Aren't they adorable? Look at that little guy. So today I'm going to show you how to do the Yeti card, and I'll show you these other ones on my blog in the next couple of days. But today I'm going to show you how to do this little guy right here. All the products that we use in our videos can be found in our Teaspoon of Fun paper crafting shop, and each blog post has a clickable link of products used. There is a link in the shop in the description below, or you can use that little eye in the right hand corner and that'll get you to our Teaspoon of Fun. So let's get started. It is so much fun doing these cards. I'm going to show you first of all how to take and cut. So you're going to cut and score and fold first. So we're going to take our 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock right here, and I'm going to cut it down to 5 1/4 by 11 1/2. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 3 1/2 and 7 1/2. Then I'll take a regular sheet of cardstock and I am going to cut it at 5 1/4, again the same width as this one, and then by 7. All right, and this one will be scored at 3 1/2. This one I think I told you scored at 3 1/2 and 7 1/2. All right, so now what I want you to do is to get your crease tool out, and we're going to take and we're going to crease really like good the creases in this card, because that's very, very important. All right, so let's just take our crease tool and crease these in, and you'll notice that on this larger sheet of cardstock, one of them is longer than the other. And what I mean by that is, you see how this one doesn't go all the way up? This one is going to be our bottom piece. That's this little piece right here. All right, so this little piece right here is this one, and the part that goes over will actually meet this part right here on this side. All right, so these two will meet and join at the bottom. All right, just make sure you've got some really good creases in there and that everything lines up side to side. On this one, when you crease it, if you've done it right, it's going to be the exact same length. It's going to meet at the bottom. But just make sure you have a really good crease. And this piece is actually this piece right here, okay? All right, now that we have all of that done, we're going to actually take and cut our window. So that's the very next thing that we have to do. So remember I told you this is the top piece right here. We'll set this one aside. That's the one that's just folded in half. This piece right here, okay, that's the top piece is the larger piece. This one is the smaller piece. So for this little guy right here, we need to cut a window, all right? So what I did for that was I took, I love these, okay, even though they say they're for slim lines, and that's because we have this like right here, and that helps with our slimline cards. I use these for all of my regular cards also. So for this one, what I did was I took this little guy right here, and all right, so here's my piece. All right, I actually pre-did it for you, and when you fold it, all right, it's just like this one. And what I did was I took this little guy, I think it's this one right here. Nope, the next bigger one, okay? And I laid it down and I cut it out, all right? So then what I want to do is, now that I have my window in here, So you're going to cut out your window, and then what we're going to do is pencil in a rectangle. So what I need to do is the rectangle has to be on the this piece right here. All right, not on that one, on this little guy right here. All right, so now we have our window in here. All right, now what we need to do is to make a rectangle so we know exactly where to stamp. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to adhere anything down, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this, and you can take a little clip if you want, because I do that a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take and clip this. Let me just find one of my clips right here. All right, I'm just going to clip this so that it'll stay while I'm making my my little window. All right, so what I'm going to do is you want to open this all the way up. All right, all the way up, just like this. Make sure everything is nice and straight. And now that I have my window, and when you cut your window, you want it to be on the upper part. You still need a little piece right here, okay? But you want it to be on the upper part so that you can hide your little guy right down here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pencil, and all I need to do is to just lightly pencil in this right here. And that's going to show me where to stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, and let me just show you. I'm going to stamp my little guy right here, and that's all I did. So I took this right here, I stamped my little guy right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these little pieces out right here. But we've got our guy stamped right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it, I'm going to show you how to cut this out. So you have this right here all set. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to cut. So what we'll do is we're going to take and cut. Now your score mark is right here, your cutout is right here, your stamped image is right here. We're going to go over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 of an inch, okay? And we're going to go up to the 5 right here, and we're just going to take and mark it down. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side, and we're going to turn it right over. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay, 5/8 of an inch. We're going to take and go down, and now we have our little cuts. Now you can either take a pair of scissors or go over to the 5-inch mark over here, okay, and just cut them off. And what I do is I just line this up with this little guy right here and cut. This one comes right off, and then bring it down. Line it up with your cut, or you can just take your scissors and cut it off that way too, okay? All right, so now we have this piece, which looks identical to this piece, except that it is, I have this cut and this is stamped, all right? So then stamp whatever you want. Now I have some really cute cards. I've got the Yeti, I've got the lamb and the lion, and I've got the ostrich, but I've done this with a vase, and the vase will take and when you open it up, flowers slide right out of the vase. It's so beautiful. So you don't have to have cutesy cards, but I was just in that kind of mood. All right, so now we have this piece right here, okay? And then you want to color that in. So we have everything that we need to do to get this ready, all right? So that's going to go right there. This little guy's going to slide in up and down. Before you take and glue this together, if you want anything stamped here, so we've already stamped on this. If you want anything stamped here, you're going to definitely want to stamp it before you put it together, all right? So let me just show you what I did. Okay, I'm going to take my stamp wheel because I love my stamp wheel. It's got the nice sticky mat to it. Okay, so now what I need to do is to adhere this to my, not adhere, just lay it down. And I love the sticky mat because it just holds everything right in place. And I'm just going to stick it right there. All right, so now I have everything lined up. All right, my It's Your Birthday is going to be there. So I'm just going to flip this over and add my little sentiment right here. And I do know that my ink pad needs to be re-inked. All right. Oh, where's my, there it is. Okay. Let's do it again because, like I said, my ink pad does need to be re-inked. And I love my little tiny teaspoon of fun one because it's small enough that you don't get a lot of ink all over. All right, so I think that this one should do it. Let's see, perfect. All right, now what we're gonna do is start putting it together. Okay, so we have our bottom piece, okay? This is going to be this piece right here. That's gonna flip over, all right? So everything folds in, all right? This folds in, we're good to go. Now we have to just put this little guy together just like this. All right, now the way we're gonna do that, this is very important, all right, that we cut these out because then it's gonna make it slide easier up and down. What we need to do is to take and adhere this to this piece right here. And what I want you to know is that these are not supposed to line up. So this one folds here, but this one folds here. I'd say there's about 3/4 of an inch maybe. Okay, so there is definitely a difference here. You've done everything right. So what I'm going to do is you could take either your Easy Glide or you can take your deluxe adhesive. That's all good. Or you can take and whatever adhesive you have. These are my favorites, so I will use these little guys. All right, so let's do that again. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. So this one's going to go right to the very top. And sometimes if you use your deluxe adhesive, it's really kind of nice because then you have a little wiggle room. There we go, just like that. What I mean by that is you can kind of slide it around a little bit, all right? So there is that piece right there, all right? See, now watch, up and down, up and down. Now what we have to do is to put adhesive here. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to put it, let me show you, I don't want you to put it all the way up, otherwise the thing is gonna be glued to this and we don't want that, all right? So what I want you to do is I want you to put your adhesive, you know, starting right about here and starting right about here, and that will give it enough so that the flap closes, but it will also allow you to press it up and down or slide it up and down, all right? So now you want to just get it started, okay? Yeah, isn't that so cute? All right, now, whoops, here we go. It will get stuck every once in a while at first, but once you get all of the creases in there really good, it just slides really nicely, all right? All right, so now we've got the inside done. Now we've got to decorate the outside, all right? So I took the Yetis from this stamp set, which I love, 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 okay? I took all 3 of the Yetis. I did this little guy on the inside because he's the little peeker. This is another of the set. He's a little peeker right here. We've got so many what we call the peekers. In the shop. They're perfect for these kind of cards. All right, so now what I want to do is to show you the outside of the card. I'm going to show you really quick. I've already kind of done everything, but on my blog post for this one, I will show you exactly what I used and how I did it. All right, so this is going to be your base. Remember, this is only 4 1/4, and this right here, or this is 4 1/4 right here. This width, and this is this is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is a sheet of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, just a 1/4 inch bigger, so we can use it as our background piece. Now you don't have to, but I will tell you that it looks so much better. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to add this to our back piece. Okay. And just get it straight. Alrighty. Now, this piece right here, what I did was I used my Distressed Oxide and I just burnished some color in there, left a little bit of white spots, okay? And then what I did was, I love this stuff, okay? I took my Lumiere paint, okay? And I took my toothbrush, which is right here. I took, no, this is not the one I brushed my teeth with. I took some Luma paint, put it in here, picked it up with my toothbrush and I just sprayed it on there. What I love about the Luma paint is that it sets right on top. It's a no bleed, so the color doesn't come back through. If you don't add a lot of water, it's not going to mix with the Distress Oxide, and it just stays on top, and it looks so pretty. Beautiful for all kinds of cards, but I love this one. So let's just take our adhesive again. Well, you know what? This time what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use, and I'm going to show you that it's nice with using your deluxe adhesive, because what happens is you can slide it around and make sure that it's even on all the sides. So for this, you can use any of your adhesives. My two favorite are the deluxe adhesive and my Easy Grand. So either one that you like or whatever you have works really well. All right. So this right here is going to go down like this, and I made it even with the top. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. All the measurements and all the cutting measurements and everything will be on my blog post, okay? Alrighty, so now we've got that all set. And that's what I love about this. Like I said, you can kind of slide it a little bit here and there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just take this, and it just makes it nice and even. Okay, so there's that. Now what I did was I took my wonky window, all right, and I actually put some of our foam strips. They fit perfectly on these wonky windows, so that's going to go right here. Take your retractable pick and just take these off. Get my garbage can right ready to go. There's a big one, and we're just gonna pick these off. Like I said, these just lend themselves, these wonky windows. I just decided to do a cute card. Like I said, you can do the you can do a beautifully elegant one with flowers popping out of there. Anything that you can think of that you just want to pop out of a window, pop out of a peekaboo window. All right. So, and I thought that the wonky windows here, we've got a 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got the peekaboo windows, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So make sure you check all of those out. Our shop is filled with good stuff. teaspoonofun.com. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this onto my card. Okay. And it's raised just a little bit. It looks so adorable. All right. Now what I did was I took this little guy. Now he's the one that's going to be peeking out. You'll notice I didn't put adhesive anywhere else, but what I am going to do is put some adhesive right on the little windowsill right here. And then what I did was I did a double pop right here so that it will take and be raised enough so it won't sink in. So how you do that is you take one pop dot or little foam squares, you put one down, you take the top off, and then you put the one on top of it. If you don't take the top off, this one it's not going to fit. It's not going to stay. It's going to come apart. So make sure you take it off in between the two. Now I have this, and I'm going to just lay this right here so he looks like he's peeking out of the side of this card. Okay, lay him down nice and flat. And you'll notice I use my little Stampendable a lot. All right, so he's just peeking out of there. Then this little guy, I did 2 sets of that. So 2 sets of 2 pop dots. All right, and he's going to straddle this little guy right there. I did it the exact same. I put a pop dot down, took the top off, then laid the next one on top. And I'm just going to lay him down right here. Okay, and he's just straddling that right there. Then what I did was my oh my gosh. Okay, let me just show you my oh my gosh. I've got so many of them in here. They're just adorable. All right, and then this is my little wonky window 1. All right, so now what I did was I did 3 layers of these, and I did that ahead of time so you didn't have to sit there and watch me put them all together. So now what I'm going to do is to just take my adhesive, okay, and just dot it on there. I'm not even squeezing this. It just comes out so perfectly. I just dot it on. Get a scrap sheet of paper so I can blot it off so nothing oozes out. And sometimes it still does, but it is what it is, right? We can always fix it. So I'm just going to take a scrap piece of paper and grab my tweezers, my pointy teeth. Let's start with the O. And you know, if you do this backwards, it's ho, like ho, ho, ho. All right, so it's it could be used for two things. All right, so now we're just going to lay this on here like this. And I'm not going to be real picky about it because this is very whimsical. I'm just going to lay it on there. Okay, just like that. Yeah, maybe like it's going uphill maybe. Again, using that adhesive, you can just kind of make it go around. You know, you can you've got some wiggle room. That's what I'm trying to say. You got some wiggle room. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, oh my gosh. That is the outside of the card. Isn't that adorable? And then on the inside, it's your birthday. Oh my gosh, it's your birthday. And it just pops up. Isn't that cute? Then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll add some of my little diamonds. I can do that with, I've got this one right here. This is really good because I think these kind of match pretty well. All right, so we can just, these are our bright fairy jewels. And I'm just going to lift them with my, I want the blue ones. So this right here, I can just take and kind of put a couple of these around. Oops, I don't want those. I want this color. Okay. Isn't that so cute? So all of the directions will be on my blog post for this one. And in the next couple of days, you're going to see me put the other two on there. The one with the ostrich and the one with the lamb and the lion. So here's this one. Here's our Yeti birthday. Are you ready for a Yeti? It's your birthday. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, and then we have the little lion and the lamb. I'm not lying. You are a great friend. You make me happy. I hope this card makes you happy. And then this little right here, hey, 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 you make me smile. And on his little teeth, I've got some Wink of Stella to make them shine. I use on a lot of these, like his nose, on their nose. I use a lot of our crystal glaze. I love this. I absolutely love this. So that is my post for today. Thank you for letting us come into your home and spend a little crafty time with you. It's so much fun sharing what is such a passion to both of us. If we can ever help with anything of your stamping needs, please reach out to us. We are here to help. We're a small little company, but we love to be with you. And that's what we love to do. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated, just fun and thoughtful. All the products can be found in our Teaspoon of Fun shop. If you have any questions, just let us know. Happy crafting today.